Oh, he's not taking his underwear off to start?
Well,
Oh, it went up. It went up.
185.
185.
Did you see how quick that was? Did you see how fucking brutally quick that was?
Khamzat Chimaev.
And you see right here, he's miserable. He's dry. His eyes are sucked out. He's very, very dejected. And this was a total setup by the UFC. They basically told him, in my opinion, I think he was probably 190 pounds, 189 pounds. And they said,
Out of that, all the talk is done. Tomorrow, it comes down to an opportunity for you to regain your title. Give us your thoughts on this matchup and what happens tomorrow night.
I'll be quick, you guys. This coward tries to kick me in the nuts like a you're a punk. This didn't even make weight, you cheating you son of a whore.
Both fighters stepped on the scale. Both hit 185 pounds. Simple, right? Except nothing about this fight week has been simple, and the weigh-ins were no different. Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland are set to collide this Sunday, Australian Eastern Standard Time, with a UFC middleweight championship on the line at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. 5 rounds, 1 title, and a build-up so chaotic that even the weigh-ins turned into a battlefield. Let's start with what happened at the official weigh-ins on Saturday ASD. Strickland came out early, stepped on the scale, hit his number, done. Chimaev? He waited. And waited, right until the final 20 minutes of the weigh-in window before he finally made his way to the stage. Now that alone wouldn't mean much. Fighters timed their cuts differently, but it was what people saw when he got up there that started the conversation. Daniel Cormier, former 2-division UFC champion and one of the most respected voices in the sport, was watching. And he didn't hold back. Look at his demeanor. He is miserable. He looks so skinny right now. Cormier said on the morning weigh-in show. He looks pretty dejected, man. He's hurting. When a guy who's been through grueling weight cuts himself looks at you and says you look like you're suffering, that means something. Cormier knows the difference between a fighter who is tired from a cut and a fighter who has been through something brutal. And according to him, Chimaev looked like the latter. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Armenian MMA fighter Arman Tsarukyan recently came out and claimed that Chimaev had to cut a staggering 21 kilograms to make the middleweight limit for this fight. 21 kilograms. That is an extraordinary number. That is not a standard weight cut. That is a full transformation. If that figure is accurate, it raises serious questions about how Chimaev's body will respond once he rehydrates and steps into that octagon on Sunday. Weight cuts of that magnitude can affect cardiovascular performance, muscle endurance, and even cognitive function during a fight. It's not just a number on a scale. It has real consequences inside those 5 rounds. But the controversy didn't stop there, because then Bryce Mitchell got on Instagram. And Bryce Mitchell had something to say. The American UFC fighter posted his own take on the weigh-in, and he was direct. He said he doesn't believe Chimaev actually made weight. His argument? The scale was still moving when the announcer called 185 pounds. I know what it looks like when somebody makes that weight. They have to stand completely still. The little thingamabob on the scale, it has to balance, Mitchell said. That dude didn't make that weight. There's no convincing me, bro. It's all rubbish. That is not what it looks like when somebody makes weight. Now, the UFC has not responded to those allegations publicly. No official statement walking back the weigh-in result. As far as the promotion is concerned, the fight is on and both men made weight. But when fighters within the organization are openly calling out the integrity of the scales on social media, that is a story. That is not something you could just scroll past. Whether Mitchell is right or wrong, the seed of doubt has been planted, and Strickland made sure to water it. Because if you thought the official weigh-in was spicy, the ceremonial weigh-in turned into something else entirely. Strickland stepped up to the microphone and let loose. He called Chimaev a cheat. He called him a coward. He went full Strickland, unfiltered, unapologetic, right in his opponent's face. He brought up the press conference incident from Friday ASD, where Chimaev threw a kick at him during the face-off, a moment that required security and police to intervene and separate the two fighters. Strickland made it very clear that he had not forgotten about that kick, and he had no intention of letting Chimaev forget either. Let's rewind to that press conference for a second, because it was genuinely one of the most unhinged pre-fight moments in recent memory. These two men do not like each other. This is not the kind of manufactured beef you sometimes see in combat sports to sell pay-per-views. This is personal. The insults were flying. The tension was visible from the moment they sat down. And when they came face-to-face, Chimaev threw that kick, not a playful nudge, an actual kick, and chaos followed. Security rushed in. Police were present. The whole thing very nearly turned into a full-on brawl before the fight had even happened. And now you take all of that energy, the hatred, the weight cut drama, the scale controversy, the press conference madness, and you pour it into a 5-round championship fight. That is the main event of UFC 328. In the co-main event, flyweight champion Josh Van will be defending his title against unbeaten Japanese contender Tatsuro Taira. Taira has been flawless in his UFC career so far. Undefeated, dangerous, and coming in with serious momentum. Van has the belt, but Taira is the kind of opponent who doesn't care about reputations. That fight alone is worth tuning in for. And then there's the Jeremy Stephens situation on the prelims, which deserves a mention. The lightweight veteran missed weight for his non-title bout against King Green, coming in at 160 pounds, 4 pounds over the lightweight limit. That is a significant miss. It throws the whole dynamic of that matchup into question. When a fighter misses by that margin, it often tells you something about the camp, the preparation, or the condition of the athlete heading into fight night. It is not a good look, and it puts Green in an awkward position where he has already done everything right, made weight, prepared properly, and now he is dealing with the fallout of his opponent's failure to do the same. So here's where we stand heading into Sunday. The main event is confirmed. Both fighters are officially at 185. But the questions are very much still on the table. Did Chimaev genuinely make weight cleanly, or was there something off with that scale? How does a 21-kilogram cut affect a fighter's performance over 5 championship rounds? And can Strickland back up every single word he said at that ceremonial weigh-in once that cage door closes and there is no microphone, no crowd, no security, just the two of them? Strickland held the middleweight title before. He knows what it feels like to have that belt. He lost it, and now he wants it back. Chimaev captured it from Dricus du Plessis last August, and this is his first defense. For Chimaev, this is about proving he belongs at the top. For Strickland, this is about reclaiming something he believes is his. The bad blood is real. The stakes are real. And after everything that happened this week, the press conference kick, the weigh-in drama, the Instagram allegations, the ceremonial face-off rant, Sunday night cannot come fast enough. UFC 328. Chimaev versus Strickland. Newark, New Jersey. This one is going to be something.